Hey guys, in this episode, we're going to be preparing some screenshots because I want to get a Steam page up and running. So, what I've been testing is setting up poses and animations using Reallusion's Character Creator 4, iClone, and Unreal Engine with their live link. I have an episode actually posted on how to set that up, so you can scroll and find which episode that was in. But that's going to be today's objective. I struggled a bit importing with the correct settings from Character Creator, but I'm now using iClone. And these tools and softwares are not cheap, but for someone with limited time more than anything, it's very helpful. And I'm not a professional animator or technical artist, so I've come to really enjoy Character Creator. I've talked about it again in that prior episode. So right now I have our character Kurt Puck. He's inspired by Westin's grandfather. So we've got him here, and I want to spread our other characters throughout the map. So I'm going to kind of go through that process. We have here Dia next. Dia is inspired by Westin's mom. And I'm going to be pausing throughout the video because I think I figured out how to do this correctly, but it's between migrating softwares from Character Creator to iClone, which are both Reallusion products, and then over to Unreal Engine. It just takes some time to load up everything. And I'm thinking the first time you do it probably takes the most time to load because the materials and textures and everything take the longest, but I struggled a couple of days, so I'm going to show what worked for me. I selected a pose that I like from the pose library. So what I'm going to do is File, Export from Character Creator, from Send to iClone. I'm going to click All, and again, this might take a moment. So yeah, I'm gonna just take a brief pause from the battle manager and the main hook because I really want to get this game up and running on Steam to try to capture some wish lists and direct some traffic that way. I'm also gonna ran into an error already. Let's see. Wonder what happened. It's not responding. Well, just my luck. I get one character working and then I try with another and then doesn't seem to be working. I guess I'll try not the all but that other option next. I'm just gonna pause and looks like it might crash right now. Okay, yeah, I had a software crash, so I'm just gonna File, Export, try this again. I'm gonna try all again. Send to iClone, all. See if it crashes again. It might be the background. I'm not quite sure what might be the issue. Really only need the character, so we'll see if that was just a fluke. Or if it's gonna crash again. I had a lot of crashes yesterday. Okay, it looks like iClone is opening, so I think that crash was bad luck. Hopefully that's it. We'll wait for this to open. And I guess I can just explain really briefly. Character Creator, as far as I understand, is you can import characters sculpted in other softwares like Blender or Maya or ZBrush. I think Blender and ZBrush are probably the most common. I think Maya is another animation software. So Blender or ZBrush. Or you can select certain templates and then update the character from there. So it's a very beginner friendly tool to create characters, and then iClone is an animation tool to bring the characters to life. So looks like maybe something just crashed. But anyway, iClone is the animation software where I had the most luck importing the character's pose or animation directly into Unreal. So that's what we're working with and what to expect next. And then a short disclaimer. In the prior episode, I already set up there's a connector that connects automatically iClone and Character Creator to Unreal Engine. So I'm not going to cover that in this episode. So you can check out the last episode, or there's a few videos on the internet on how to set that up. I would just say that right now we're in March 2026, and right now the plugin that you download from the Fab marketplace and install to your current engine version, there's only one plugin now. I was viewing some videos like late last year in 2025. I was getting a little confused following some steps because there was an iClone plugin and a auto setup plugin, but now they've combined the two, so there's only one plugin that you need to install. So on my other screen, I've got a file opening up. I can close the initial pop-up. All right, I'll be honest, I ran into another error. There's no character that was brought over. So what I'm gonna do next is try one more time. I have iClone 8 open, and now I have Character Creator open. So maybe with both softwares open, I'll have better luck, because that's how I had it when it actually worked for me. So I've got now both softwares open. I'm hoping it'll display right here. Look at that, failed to save. Oh my gosh. I'm just struggling. Alright guys, so our Dia character was not working. I'm gonna just jump over to see if it works with our Lucas character. This character is inspired by Westin's cousin. So, if this doesn't work, we've got bigger issues. But again, I'm gonna export. I wonder what the difference is. I'm just gonna try all again. All to iClone. That worked with our character Kerpuck. I'll pause. Alright, we can see that iClone is opening up. Okay guys, sorry about all that. That's what happens. It's game development. But I think what my issue was user error. I think I just had no disk space, so I cleared some stuff out. So I'm going to try this again. And much quicker it opened with the pose that we gave our character, so this is good news. I'm gonna save. So I'm sorry about all that guys. I realized my computer was going so slow I had no disk space, so I cleared out a bunch of old files. I'm gonna name this guy Lucas Arms Open. And then from here, it's very simple. Plugins, Unreal Live Link, and we get a pop-up. Let me expand it. So this is pretty self-explanatory. So I want to include the motion, which is like the pose, and then the current frame, yes. And I don't want any of the additional settings here. All I care about is the character. And then we click on Transfer File. And we see some loading, pretty fast. So it looks like that's finished, and then if I pop into Unreal, what I hope to expect is some loading signs. Can't really open Unreal, but it looks like I can maybe move this. I can exit character creator. Unreal, where are you? It's minimized. It's just importing too much. Oh, I do see a logo here. So I can't open Unreal right now because there's a lot going on. But I recognize this is the Unreal logo. So it is working. And then in just a moment, I should be able to open Unreal and then see the file in there. So I'll pause it until that's ready. You can see a little bit of working now. So what I think is, because if it's the first time we're importing this character, then it takes a little longer because of all of the materials that are unique. All of the textures, all of the skeletal mesh files. However, what I hope is after this initial import, when we import from iClone 8 additional poses and animations, then we can change the settings to where we're just exporting like the skeleton, the pose or the animation, and then it's not having to redo all of these textures that you see are trickling in. That's my hope. It makes sense to me. That way the next time around it'll be a much faster process. Also, I'm aware that there's actually like a live feed to where you can edit in iClone, and it's a live feed over to Unreal. So I think that'll be another benefit once we get this first import complete. So the loading is wrapping up, maybe a minute or two later, and I have files now under RL content. And now I have it for Lucas, and I have his skeletal mesh here. But before I do anything, I need to save all. I get an update that the version notices some files are changing. So if I open up Lucas's skeletal mesh, I have a cool looking folder. Skeletal mesh. Like all of the other assets, I'm sure there are physics issues with the cape, but I think it looks pretty cool. Oops. Let's see. Let's reload. Now, under the motion, kind of looks like the A pose, but this is the A pose, but this is our actual pose. See, he's got not quite a regular like static mesh A pose. You can see his foot. Let's stop that. Darn, how do I oops, nope, do that. So yeah, it's not the A pose, but let's see what happens now when we drag this file into the viewport. We've got him in the pose, which is cool. If you are an animator, this might be like a longer than necessary process, but for a beginner like me, this is perfect. It's all I need. And then once you start moving between softwares, your muscle memory gets all messed up. Like I keep using the keys from character creator and I get confused. But let's add Lucas. I think his cape looks pretty cool up here. Let's make him flying. How's that look? Kind of cool. Push G a couple times to get the, looks like a story is unfolding now. So I actually just had a crash, I think because I have my screen recording software, I had iClone and I had Unreal open. I had like a storage error type of crash. Luckily my recording saved, but I'm gonna follow that same process for two more characters, Westin, and then I'm gonna try again with Dia now that I have some storage space cleared out, and then I'll check back in. Hey guys, so I got some screenshots set up. Basically, I imported the poses, and then I have, where's my other, he's hidden. So I can set bookmarks with the control and hit a number button, so I've got some bookmarks here. This is basically what I was playing with, a few like this, and then over at 5, same thing like this, just different shots with the poses that we brought in. Can you put some here? That'd be a cool one. I did that one earlier, and now I got this, so I'm gonna play around with this, and then I need 5 screenshots to upload a Steam page. So I've got some character photos, probably do some of just Westin, and then some battle photos, and then environment photos, and I think we'll be good. Write a short and long-term description on Steam, and then I'll have an episode on launching a Steam page for the first time. Thank you, everybody. Bye.